Welcome, everyone. Happy New Year. This is John T. Amisha. Today is Monday, January 3rd, and we are done with the experimentation. This is a real class. They're all real classes, but welcome to the A0 Circassian Introduction class. So this is a 50-hour course that's designed to take everything we learned from the last semester and take it up a notch. For those of you who were here for the last semester, welcome back. If there's anybody who's new, if there's anybody who's watching this and it's new for them, and for anybody who may be joining next week, because I think that we goofed up some of the registration. What's cool about what we're going to do in the first couple of days is, for those of you who were in this class before, it'll be a very solid review. For those of you who are new, you won't feel underwater because we're all going to go at this nice, easy pace. So welcome, everyone, and I hope that everyone has a good time. So what I want to do, I know a lot of you know each other, but some of you don't. So, and I'm going to do this. So I'll be teaching a 50-hour course to people in North America, and I'll be teaching a separate 50-hour course. It's the same course, but different class, to people who are outside of North America. So I'm kind of excited because all the research says that after 50 hours, people get to this level of intermediate fluency. But I'll be teaching for 100 hours. So it'll be interesting to see how my, abilities to teach advances. But at any rate, what I want to do is just spend a minute going around. I'd like each person to tell me their name, where they were born, where they were raised, where they are now, where their parents are from, and why they want to learn Circassian. So I'll start. Part of being a good teacher is to model the behavior. So my name is John T. I was born in California. I was raised in New Jersey. I live now in Chicago. My mother and father are from Syria. And I want to learn Circassian because I think it's the most beautiful language on the planet. And I am Circassian. So very fortunate for me, right? So let's go to Haya, who I keep calling Hawa because it was my grandmother's name, but I'm going to say it properly.
Okay, so I'm Haya. I was born and raised in Jordan, and I'm currently in Houston, Texas. I want to learn Circassian because it's my language, and I speak German, French, English, and Arabic. So I think Circassian is also like the most important. So that's the main reason why I want to learn it.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Amar, you're next.
Hi, everyone. My name is Omar. I was born in Wayne, New Jersey. I was raised in Syria. And then right now I'm back in Hawthorne, New Jersey. Why I want to learn Circassian is, I am Circassian, so I think language is a huge deal to any culture. And if not the, biggest factor in any culture. So yeah, it just makes me want to learn it.
Thank you. Thank you. Albert.
My name is Albert. I was born in Jordan. My parents and I moved to the United States when I was 1 year old, young. My mother was born in Jordan. My father was born in the homeland. I'm sorry, what are the other questions?
Where do you live now and why do you want to learn?
I live in New Jersey and I want to learn because I feel I have this hole in my heart that I just need to learn it.
Thank you for sharing, Albert. Thank you. Yamiz.
Hi, I'm Yamiz, born and raised in New Jersey. I'm in my office here in New Jersey, my at-home office. My parents were born in Syria, and I want to learn the language because of two things. One, Jonty, you told us on a Zoom a while back that there has been no nation that has survived without learning their language or having the language still existing. That's one. And two, because my uncle, Allah yarhamo, who passed away, said, any word you say that's not in your own language means that you're lying to yourself, basically.
That's an old Circassian proverb, actually. So that's.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's a very wise phrase. Satlej, we call them satlej, old words, satlej. Thank you for sharing, Yamiz.
Sure.
Amana. you're up.
Hi, sorry. My name's Amanda. I was born in New Jersey. I was raised in New Jersey, and I'm still in New Jersey. My dad's from California, and then my mom's from Syria. And I mainly want to learn so I can understand what my parents say when they're talking and what my little brother and sister say when they're talking, because they usually have to translate for me in English, but I don't really want to, I just want to, communicate with them more.
Cool. Well, thank you for sharing, Amana, and welcome. Welcome. Ola, you're up.
My name is Ola in Arabic. I was born in KSA. My mom and dad are from Syria. We live in Canada now. And I want to learn because I want to feel like I'm more involved in it. And I want to be able to pass it on later on. Like
Inshallah.
share it, learn it, teach it to someone else.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
sharing.
you.
Maydeen, you're up.
Hi, everyone. I'm Aideen. I was born in New Jersey, raised in New Jersey, still in New Jersey. My father was born in California. My mother was born in Syria. And I want to learn the language because I want to be able to have a conversation with my younger siblings and my dad and my stepmom as well. And I think it's time that I start learning the language too, because I'm 17. I feel like I should have learned it a long time ago. So I think it's time to start now.
And your friend?
Hi, I'm Eric. I'm from New Jersey, was born in New Jersey. My mom is from Connecticut and my dad is from Portugal. I wanted to learn to be able to communicate with my girlfriend's little siblings, and it's something to do with her. So
cool. Well, welcome. Welcome. Ziwashan Varokwa. Mr. Varokwa.
What does that mean, Janti? Ziwashan.
Ziwashan. Originally, it means like my lord, but we use it to mean Mr. in Canada today.
That's an embellishment if I've ever heard one.
It's Mr. It's Mr.
It's good.
Yeah.
Janti is a classmate of mine from high school, a year younger than I am. So I was born in New Jersey, raised in Saudi Arabia. I now live in San Francisco. I want to learn Circassian for all the obvious reasons, but I'm also a language nerd in some ways. I speak Arabic, a little bit of German, some Samoan, and working on a few others. So
cool. Well, welcome. Welcome. Bzaja and Noor. Berzaj and Noor.
Go ahead, Noor. All right, hello everybody. My name is Noor. I was born and raised in New Jersey. Right now, I'm currently in California, going to move here soon one day in the next future. And the reason why I want to learn Circassian is because my father speaks Circassian, my mother doesn't speak Circassian, and my mom, who's the one who's raised me, and I never grew up speaking Circassian. So I want to be able to pass down speaking Circassian to my children and their children, so on and so forth.
Welcome. And Mr. Barzaj.
Hi everyone, my name is Berzaj Bzaja. I'm from California, born and raised, live here now. Forgot the other questions.
Why do you want to, where are your parents from and why do you want to learn?
My mother and father are both from Jordan, and I want to improve and learn a Diabza so I could become one of your instructors one day for your big project. So
yeah, man, I like that. I like that. I like that. Thank you guys for sharing. Zanshawa.
Hi, I'm Zanshawa, born and raised in San Francisco, still live in San Francisco area. My mom is also from San Francisco. My dad is from Buenos Aires. And I want to continue to learn Circassian because I'm part Circassian and it hasn't been spoken in my family for a long time. So trying to bring it back and hopefully something that I can continue to pass along.
Cool. Welcome. Thank you. Asma, are you open to sharing with us? You're on mute, Asma.
No. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, welcome. Welcome. It's nice to have you.
Oh, thank you very much. My name is Esmat, and originally I'm from Syria. I was born in Damascus, and my parents are from Syria. We came to Canada. I came to Canada with my husband and sister in 2007, and I'm still living here in Calgary, Alberta. And I want to learn Circassian because it's our language. I've always wanted to learn it. Like my parents, both of them, they know the language, but they don't speak to us. Yeah.
Well, welcome and thank you for sharing. May I
Thank you.
ask, what village are your mother and father from in Syria?
My father is from Konaitra,
Mhm.
like originally, but and my mom actually she's from Abkhazia. She's
Oh,
Azerbaijan.
wow. From
Yeah.
from the country of Abkhazia.
Yeah, from Abkhazia, but like she was born in Syria.
Ah, okay.
And in Khashniye.
May I ask, my family is from the Jolan. My father's from Barajam, and my mother's family is Mamkhel, and they're from Quneitra as well.
Yeah.
May I ask your father's family name?
Mastrok.
Maqsok. And then your mother's family name?
Mastrok.
Mastrok.
Yeah, and my mom is Adirba.
Andraba. There's only about a dozen or 15 Abaza families in the Golan Heights. My grandmother was Abaza. So
Oh,
there's
really?
a very good chance we're related, you and me.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, all of you.
Thank you. Maya, the one of the only other Abkhazian citizens in the United States.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Maya Abaza. My mom is from Quneitra in Syria. My dad's from Abkhazia. Yeah, and I want to learn Circassian because growing up, my entire family speaks Circassian. They just never taught me, and I feel very left out. So I need to learn my language.
Well, welcome. Welcome. All right. So many of you were in the class last semester. By the way, I have a little heater here. So if you see me turn around, I'm not feeding a little cat or something. I'm just turning it off or on because it's like -7 degrees centigrade, about 18 degrees Fahrenheit where I am right now in Chicago. So for those of you who were here last semester, you know how the program works. For those of you who are new, or for anybody who forgot and needs a refresher, this is, oh, we have a new student. The method that we're using is called TPRS. It stands for Teaching Proficiency through Reading and Storytelling. So 100% of this class is done in the class. You are free to review, all these videos are recorded. You're free to review them, but there's no obligation to do anything outside of class. The way that our system is designed, everything is done here in the class. I am not a teacher. I am your coach. Knowledge cannot be taught, it can be learned, and I'm here to help you to learn it, okay? Part of what we do with the story, there's a very simple story. We typically cover one sentence, sometimes two sentences at a time, and then what I do is I want to make sure everybody's engaged, so there's a couple of ground rules around how that happens. And what I do is every time we cover a sentence in the story, I'm going to pause, and to get you engaged, what am I going to say, everyone? Class, right? I'm going to go like this. And when I say class, what do you guys say?
Sit.
Sit. And what does sit mean?
What?
What means what? That's exactly right. So I'm going to tell you a piece of the story, and I'm going to tell you the same piece of the story again. And then I'm going to ask you some very basic questions, because this is not about memorization. This is about understanding the story and then building the language around the story. So I'm going to ask you some yes/no questions. I'm going to ask you some either or questions. As time goes on, I'm going to ask you who, what, why, where, when questions, right? And this will be done very slowly, very gently. The goal here, we're going to go slow in the beginning, but we are going to speed up over time. Before we go on, I see Aslan has joined us. So Aslan, welcome. We have some new faces, some old faces. Can you just take a moment to introduce yourself to everyone? Tell us where you were born, where you grew up, where you are now, where your parents are from, and why you want to learn Circassian.
So the first three are pretty much the same answer. So I was born in New Jersey. I live in New Jersey. I work in New Jersey. My parents are born in Syria. And the reason why I want to take this class is I want to be able to speak, Adirabza and be able to communicate with my countrymen.
Cool. And countrywomen, perhaps.
Countrywomen.
Yeah. Well, welcome. Thank you. All right. I am going to share my screen. All right. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
All righty. Okay. So for those of you who were here last semester, you may think you know what I'm about to do, but it's going to be a little different. It'll be a little bit of a refresher. It'll be a little exciting. I hope it won't be boring. So let's just kind of dive in. So welcome to the story. There is a cast of characters in the story. There's a boy whose name is Osman. And the way we say Osman in Circassian is Wasman. Okay. There's me. And this semester, I am the Terminator. And that's hard, German accent, Austrian accent with Circassian. And there's you. You are a character in this story. The way that the system works is we want you to understand the story so that you can put the language into the story, right? What's most important is that you understand the story. If you understand the story, you can then respond to what your character is doing, what my character is doing, what other characters are doing. So if you understand the context, it gets really easy to put the language into that context. Okay. In terms of this little micro story that we're going to cover today, it's a very simple story. There's a boy named Osman. This boy is Circassian. He sees a girl. He says something to her. Now, in today's story, we're only going to cover the first two sentences. That may not sound like a lot to some of you, but you'll see as the method goes on why we take the approach that we do of going slow and steady. Okay. But before we go any further, I need to fix my spelling mistake. Before we go any further, each of you is going to choose a character. This is going to be your character for the entire semester. All right. And I'm going to introduce something this semester that I didn't do last semester. I'm going to give you a little tagline that goes with your character. Okay. And you can use this as part of your persona, part of your character that you're building. So I'll go through this real quick to make sure. And this is what we do in the entire class. I give you the English, I give you the Circassian, and then I give you a transliteration of the Circassian using English letters. This is not an alternative alphabet. There is no alternative alphabet, no matter what anyone may tell you. There is only one Circassian, well, there's two Circassian alphabets, but they're both in Cyrillic. This is just to help you guys with pronunciation. As time goes on, these letters won't look so scary. They'll look more normal to you. But right now, I want you focusing on speaking and understanding, not so much worried about reading and writing. Okay, so who are the characters in this story? You can be any of these, and it's completely fine if two of you guys are the same character. Choose the one you want. Okay, so you guys can all read English, so I don't need to read you the English. You can be a Sala. You can be a Khajabs. You can be Robot. You can be Terminator. I don't have to be the only Terminator. You can be Terminator. You can be Raketa. You can be Sh'anaghal. Sh'anaghal. You can be a melwa. You can be trakwa. You can be qafaqwa, ملئتش, aslan, qaplan, misha, shama, yiniz. And if there's some character that you want that's not here, you can tell me what it is, and I'll give you that word. So I know, for example, Zanshawa, he likes leopards. So he knows what the word is. I'll let him choose it. I always screw it up. Shumish kwalen, right? So when we get to him, he can choose it. And you don't have to choose it if you don't want to, Zanshawa. You can change if you want. But I want everyone to choose a character. And let's start with Amr.
Sasi shanagach.
What was shanagach? Okay, okay. Shanagach. So you can we'll practice this through the semester. Okay. Your tagline is going to be qazwatash.
Say that again.
Qazwatash.
Qazwatash.
I found it.
Qazwatash.
It's like you made a discovery. I found it, right? Qazwatash. Okay. Albert. And by the way, I'm not going to remember all of your characters. You have a job to remember your character and remember your tagline. And it's okay if you kind of forget the tagline, I can remind you. There's no such thing as mistakes. There's only steps on the way to learning. Okay. Albert.
Qaplanch.
What qaplanch? Qaplanch. Okay. Qaplanner. What does a qaplan do? Mabana. Qaplanner mabana. The qaplan is fighting, or it's like roaring, right? The word is the same for both those verbs. So qaplanner mabana, it's fighting. Okay.
Okay.
Yemiz.
Sasa mishash.
Misha. Okay. Misham majatla. It's hungry. Misha majatla. Okay. And remember, if you don't, it's okay if you forget the Circassian. Just remember the story. All right. Amana.
Yiniz.
Yiniz. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yinizr qoqwa. The monster's coming. I say this to your brother and sister all the time when they want to play with me. Yinizr qoqwa. The monster's coming. All right. Hola.
Sasi robots.
Oh, robots. Okay. Roboter malaza. The robot's working.
Robotum malaja.
Roboter malaza.
Roboter malaja.
Okay. The robot is working. Maydeen.
Sasi chama.
Chamas. Okay. Chamas. Oi. What can we say about the foreigner or the alien? We'll say you're flying. Okay. Chamer mashata.
Chama mashata.
Chamer mashata.
Mashata.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Eric, who are you?
I'll be Raketa.
Raket. You're also gonna Hawa. Should you explode? Hang on, let me think. How do we say it? Yagawa. Okay. Raketer Yagawa.
Raketa Humara.
Yagawa.
Yahaura.
Uh-huh. Okay. The rocket's exploding. Ahmed.
Okay, I think I'm going to be the writer this time.
Okay. Well, that's pretty straightforward. Chakwar matcha.
Chakwar matcha.
Matcha. Uh-huh. Perfect. Perfect. Chakwar matcha. The writer is writing. Okay. Nur.
Sasa qafaqwash.
Well, qafaqwas. Okay. Qafaqwar qofa.
Qafaqwar qofa.
Okay. The dancer dances. Mr. Bzaja, Berzaj.
Yes. Sasa taqwa.
What do you trakwa? What do you want?
Gosh.
Okay. Trakwar matcha.
Taqwa matcha.
Zanshawa.
So I'll be tiger as well, but so it's not leopard, it's tigers. So that's the one that's the
okay.
Shomish Kwalan. That
Okay.
the was like, yeah, you can
Shomish
call it
okay.
that.
Oh, that's right. Shomish is leopard.
Yeah.
Shomish Kwalen is another word for tiger. Okay, cool. So you know what? We'll make you Kwalenir Mashakwa. The tiger is hunting.
Mashakwa.
Mashakwa.
Okay.
Mashakwa. Okay. Asma. Which character would you like to be?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, it's Esmat. Esmat.
Ah, Esmat.
Yeah.
Which character would you like to be?
I will take Kafakwa.
Kafakwa. Okay. Kafakwa Kofa. The dancer dances.
Oh.
Kafakwa Kofa. Okay. Aslan. What would you like to be?
I'll be Sasi Hajabs.
Oh, Hajabzara. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe this is not politically correct, but since you chose Hajabs, I'll say Hajabzar Mar. The girl's crying. Okay. Haya.
Okay, then I think Sasich Ala.
What was Alas? Okay. So you're going to be brave. Aler Blanas.
Ala Blan.
Blanas. Maya, who would you like to be?
Kefakwa.
Kafakwa. Okay. Kafakwa Kofa. Kafakwa Kofa. Okay. So everybody knows their character, right? All right. Who remembers from the last class how somebody would say, I am whatever they are?
Sasa.
Sasa. Okay. So we're going to start with me. Then we're going to go around. I'm going to say what I am. And each one of you is going to tell me who you are. If you remember your tagline, that's great. If not, I'll help you out. Okay. So, then what does it, okay. My tagline is going to be simple. All right. Well, it's not going to be simple, but you'll understand what I mean in a minute. Sasa terminators. Come with me if you want to live. Okay. So sasa terminators. Albert, ووخت.
Sasa kaplanch.
ووقبلنش. ست قبلن ريسة.
Mabawa.
مبانا.
Mabana. Mabana. Yeah.
هز. عمر, ووخت.
سسي شنغل.
ووش أنا غلس. انت. ستش أنا غلط رجيئة.
قزقوتاش.
قزغوتاش.
قزقوتاش.
قزغوتاش. I found it. قزغوتاش. Okay. يمز. ووخت.
It's a mishash.
وهو مسس. مصر ممجال. Okay. Amana. ووخت.
Sasa Yenish.
وهو ينج. ينج رقوقوا. ينج رقوقوا. The monster's coming. All right. Ola. ووخت.
Sasi Robach.
وروبوتش. روبوتر ملاجة.
Roboter Malash.
ميدين. ووخت.
Sasa Chama.
ووخامش. خامر مشاتة.
Chama Mashata.
إيريك. ووخت.
Sursir Raketa.
ووركيتش. ركيتر يغاوة.
Raketa Yahawa.
أحمد.
Sasa Tchakwas.
ووتخاكوش.
Tchakwa.
ستخاكور يسرى.
Tchakwa Matcha.
تخاكور ماتخا. بز. نور.
Tchakwa.
Janti.
ووخت.
Sasa Kafakwash.
وقفاقوش. ست قفاقور يسرى.
Kafakwar Kofash.
قفاقور قوفة. قفاقور قوفة. بز. برزج. ووخت.
Sasa Tkakwa.
ووتخاكوش. ست خاكور يسرى.
Kakwar Matka.
تخاكور ماتخا. بز. زنشاوة. ووخت.
ساسي شو مش كوالنش.
وو شو مش قولنش. ست شو مش قولن يسر. What does the tiger do?
شو مش كوالنا مشاكوة.
مشاقوة. Pez. أصلاً.
Sit.
ووخت.
Sasi Khajabs.
وخجبز. ست خجبز يسر.
I don't remember.
ماغ. خجبز ماغ. خجبز ماغ. وموخ. Don't cry. Haya. ووخت.
ساسي تشالا.
What's Alice? Salar. Sit with the Salawa. What kind of boy are you?
بلانش.
Salar Blanas. Pez.
Blanish.
Salar Blanas. Maya. Wawakhat.
ساسي كفاكو.
Wawakafakos. Sit
Kafako.
Kafakur Yisa.
كفاكو كوفا.
Kafakur Kofa. Pez. Asmat. Wawakhat.
ساسا كفاكوا.
Wawakafakos. Sit Kafakur Yisa.
كفاكوا كوفا.
Kafakur Kofa. Pez. Okay. Great job, everyone. Class is over. No. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. All right. So, Achadokwa, we are continuing on. Achadokwa. Class.
Sit.
I'm going to take my eye crusties out. Fafajera. Fefa ya. Class.
Sit.
Bravo. Sit. Mir salas. Mir salas. Class.
Sit.
Mir terminator.
Hawa.
Hawa. Mir salas. Mir khajabs. Hawa. Mir musha. Hawa. Mir salas. Araqa. انت مر سالش مر ساله حما خجبز مر سالش مر روبات حما ساله سالش مر سالش مرست مر سالش سالر بلانا انت سالر بلانس. What does it mean blana? Brave, exactly. Not on the screen. We're mixing it up a little bit. Shaler blanas. Shaler kham. Shaler kache. Hawa. Shaler blanas. What do you think kache means?
Cry.
Coward.
But how do you say it?
Kache. Okay. I'm going to throw in some more words as we go along. Okay. Class.
Sit.
Class.
Sit.
في قاروز قصوخ. I feel your energy. عالم يتسر وسمانش. عالم يتسر وسمانش. Class.
Sit.
عالم يتسر جانتي.
Hawa.
عالم يتسر يمز.
Hawa.
عالم يتسر البرت حما وسمان. وسمان. عالم يتسر أولى حما وسمان. خد شالر.
Shalom Yitzed Wasmanch.
عالم يتسر وسمانش. عربهج. وسمان خجبز.
Hawa.
وسمان رباط.
Hawa.
وسمان ترميناتر.
Hawa.
ست وسمان.
Osman
وسمان شالش. خد شالر. وسمانش. عالم يتسر ست.
واسمنش
واسمان خاخة
حوا
هوا واسمان بلانس
انت
واسمان بلانس ساسا واسمان
شعالش
ساسا واسمان
هوا
هوا ست سيتسار
جانتيش
جانتيش ساسا روبات
هوا
ساست Terminators. So when the Wuhuemas, you also aqua. Come with me if you want to live. Right? Okay. So, Amr,
ست
what was that?
سسيش أنا غش
What was Anagats? What was Ala?
انت
What was Ala? What was Khajabs?
حوا
How was Khajabs? Wasman Anagas.
حوا عثمان شآلة
Wasman Alas. Wasman Khacha. Hamablana.
بلانا
Blana. Sit Blana Yimahanar. What does Blana mean?
brave
Brave. What do you Blana?
انت
What do you Blanas?
أنا ددش
Blana did this. Very Blana. Very brave. Sasa Blana.
انت
Não tawish, Sasa Terminators. Sasa Blanas. Sasa Blanas. Wawa Blanas. Wasmanri Blanas. Wasman Khajabs.
حوا عثمان شآلة
انت عالم يتسرست.
يتسر عثمان
ويتسرست.
سيتسر عمر
سيتسرست.
ويتسر جانتيش
هج وبسو البرت واسمان ترميناتر
هذا ترميناتور
خد ترميناتر
هو ترميناتور
بز سجوب سجاس ساس ترميناتر وري ترميناتر
هوا قبسنش
قبشان حوا سيجوغات والروبات
هوا
ترزقم ووخت
قبسنش
قبشانش انت ست قبشان يسا قبشان نرست يسا
مبلانش
مبلا بج بلانش مبانا قبشانر مبانا
yeah
it's
close
Puri. واسمان مبانا هوا واسمان مبانقم هوا بانقم واسمان بانقم بلانش ساريسا بلانا
ودي وبلانش ايه
ساسا خجبز
وخجلسن وشالش
ساسا شالش
روباترن
ترميناتر هوا ست كودا ترميناتر خجبز ترميناتر حما شالة ترميناتر شالة ترميناتر بج ساسا قاخة
oh no
هوا ساسا بلانش
ودي بلانش
وبسو يمز ترميناتر يتسرست جانتيش بج ويتسرست
سيتس ار
يمز ووخت
سس مشاش
وهو مشر ست مشر ست أبية شتتشر. What can you tell me about the مشر؟
جاشش
مجاشة مشر مجاشة مجاشة بج مشر بلانا انت راشي جب فنوش مشر بلانش مشر مجاشة
مجاشري و
بلانشي مجاشري انت طوري ترميناتر مجاشة حوا ترميناتر مجاشركم ترميناتر زرياشكركم. Terminators don't eat anything, right? Terminator أو مفقو ملاجة. Terminators work without stopping. They work like endlessly. أو مفقو ملاجة. شعلم يتسرست.
شعلم يتسر عثمانش.
Osman الخجبز.
حوا عثمان شالش.
شالش. Osman خاخة.
حوا عثمان بلان.
Osman بلانش. Pej. Amana.
Hi.
Sitzer Jantish. Witzer sit.
I don't know what to say.
Okay, so let's go to this page. Okay. Sa sitzer Jantish. Sa sitzer Jantish. So if you want to tell me your name, if you want to tell me your name, how would you say?
Sitzer Amana.
Witzer Amanas. Amana. Sasa terminators. Wawachat.
Sasi Yinish.
Wawa Yinish. Yinizr Yun. Hama Yinizr Tsuk.
Yinish.
Yinj. What does yin mean?
Big.
Big. That's right. Yinizr Yinch. Yinizr Yinch. What Tsuk?
No. Hawa.
Wa. Yinch.
Okay.
Wa Yinch. Amana. You say sit.
Oh, sit.
Wasman Shala. Enta. So if you want to say yes, you say here, enta. And if you want to say no, you say hawa, right? Okay. And when I'm saying either or, I say hamma, right? Hamma, either or. If you want to say thank you, it's whoopso. You're welcome, whoopso wish. If something's correct, we say pej. And if something's not correct, we say pejqum. And if I ask you chet, it means who. And if I ask you sit, it means what. Okay, so remember here, mirsalas. Mirsala.
Sit. Wait.
So I'm asking you, so to ask a question, I just say the same words, but instead of, if I say it as a statement, I say mirsalas. Well, if I'm asking you the question, I say mirsala.
Oh, okay. Niet.
Anta.
Inta. Sorry.
Mirsalas.
Language.
It's okay. Mirkhajabs.
Hawa.
Mirkhajabs. Mir.
Shalom.
Salas. Mirsalas. What was Sala?
Hawa.
Wawa. Yiniz. Remember, you're a monster?
Oh, okay.
Oh, Yiniz. Wawa yin. Hamathuk.
Yin.
Yins. Wawa yins. Sasa yin. Terminator yin. Hamathuk.
Terminator yin.
Terminator yins.
Yin.
Khajabzer tzuqsh. The girl is small. Remember Khajabz?
Yeah.
Rashi Aslan tzuqsh. Right? We have a guy here named Aslan who identifies as a girl, and he's a little girl. Okay? Aslan tzuqsh. Okay? It's new. You'll get the hang of it, right? You'll get the hang of it. Just hang in there. Okay? You did great. You did really good though. Hola.
Sit.
Sisichet.
Sasi robot.
Robot malaja. Sasha Sachet.
Sasi terminator.
Sasa terminator. Sasa terminator و robots. Wasman terminator.
Hawa Osman Shalem.
Shalas pez. Wasmaner shalas. Terminator mujata.
What does that mean?
hungry.
شعركم.
How a Terminator مجاثركم. Terminator زري يشكركم. Terminators don't eat.
حلو much.
على much. روبات مجاثرة.
انت
روبات مجاثرة.
ساسي مجاتا.
Our robots زغور يشكرة. Do robots eat?
حوا.
تاو مجاثرة. Then how are you hungry?
Well, just this one robot.
Okay. So now we're adding this to your character. Okay. So you, what were robots? What robots? Ichi and what were hijabs? You're a girl robot. What were mujatha? And you're hungry.
Mujata.
Mujatha. Okay. So that's part of your character now. All right. Okay. Wasman mujathara.
Osman مجاثركم.
Hawa, wasman mujatharkum. Sasa mujathra.
حوا وهو مجاثركم.
Wawu mujathra.
انت ساسا مجاثا.
Wawu mujathra. Paj. Wawu khat.
ساسا مجاثا. ساسا خجبس. ساسا روبوتش.
Paj. Sasa khat.
وهو ترميناتر.
Sasa terminator. Wasman terminator.
حوا osman شالش.
Wasman shalish. Shalam yitzar sit.
عالم يتسر osmanش.
I'm sorry, I'm going to go to this page. So I should have gone here a little bit earlier. So right now what we're doing is we're consolidating the information that has been conveyed in the story so far, right? So what have we covered? We've covered the fact that Mirshalish, this is a boy, Shalim Yitzar was Manch, right? And then if I'm asking Chet, right, who is the boy? The boy is Osman, right? Who are you? You are whatever character you are. And I can also ask, what are you, right? Or what is the boy? Or what is Westman? Westman's a boy, right? What are you? You're a robot, you're a Terminator, you're a scientist, right? So all of your characters are here. And then, and I apologize, I should have come to this page earlier. So if I'm going to ask, who are you? I can do this in either direction. Circassian is very flexible with word order. I can say, Chetwa, who are you? Or I can say, Wachet, who are you? And then I speak a little bit more naturally. This is like simplified language. Wowachet, right? Wowachet. And all of you have different comfort levels with each of those. Those are all correct. Those are all just different ways. It's like, how are you? How are you? How are you? Right? They're all just kind of variations of the same thing. And then here we have it transliterated out, right? And then if I am going to say that I am, I say sas terminators. If I say you are, w robots. And if I'm speaking about a third person, he, she, it doesn't matter if it's a boy, it doesn't matter if it's a girl, it doesn't matter if it's an animal, it doesn't matter if it's an animate object or an inanimate object. We use the same pronoun. Circassian is a very woke language. We use the same pronoun. It's ar. So ar shalas, he is a boy. Ar khajabs, she is a girl. We use ar in both. Ar robots, robot, right? It's not an animate object, right? Not a living object. And then if I want to say, what's your name? Sitwitzar. Sitwitzar. Tsa is the word for name. Sit means what, right? And then we means your. So what your name? And for those of you who are new, what you'll notice here in the English translations, I'm giving you a literal translation. So you can actually see what every single word means, right? So in this case, Shalem Yitzar Wasmanch, Shalem, the boy. That at the end means the. Ye is his. It also means her. It also means it, right? Tsar, name. wasmanch. Wasman is. By adding that ush at the end, it means that we're making a statement, that it is we're telling you that this is something that's true. Even if we're lying, we still do. So when I say it's a true statement, I just mean it's a statement, right? It could be fake, it could be imagination, but the fact is it's not a question. All right. And then likewise here, sit, witzar, what your name? Right up here, what's your name? Like many of our parents, what's your name? When they would meet our friends, many of our parents from the Middle East, what's your name? Right, so then here, sasitzar, my name is. Wa witzar, your name is. Abiyitzar, his, her, its name is. Okay, so I should have shared that with you guys earlier. Okay, but Maydeen.
Sit.
Sasashal.
Hawa.
Sasachat.
Sasichama.
Wawa chamas. Pez.
Inta.
Chamer mashata.
Chama mishata.
What shale chama? Hama chajabs chama. Are you a boy alien or are you a girl alien?
Chajabs chama.
Wawa chajabs chamas.
Inta.
Wawa chatra. Are you flying?
Inta.
Soshata.
Soshata.
Aha, fadida soshata. Sarisachama.
Hawa.
Sasit.
Terminator.
Sasa terminators.
Terminatus.
If you want to live, come with me. Okay. Wasman terminator.
Hawa wasman shalash.
Wasman shalash. Wasman yin. Hamatzuk.
Tsuk.
Wasman tsuksh. Aslan khajabs. Aslan tsuk hamayin.
Yin.
Aslan or yin. So we have
Aslan.
a boy. Remember the guy here with the beard named Aslan?
Yeah. Aslan. Aslan yin. Yin.
Aslan Yinch. Okay, she has a difference of opinion. Waka atra, bro. Do you lift, bro? Waka atra. All right. Shalem yitzar sit.
Shalom yid. Wait, I can do this. Shalom yitzad wasmanch.
Shalem yitzar wasmanch. Terminatorem yitzar sit.
Terminatum yitzad jantish.
Terminatorem yitzar jantish. Terminator yin. Hamatzuk.
Yin.
Terminator yinch. What we yin? Hamatzuk.
Yin is. Are you asking me what? Yeah, yin is big. Silk is small.
What yin? Hama watzuk. Are you big or are you small?
Silk.
Tzuk. Wawa chama tzuksh. You're a little alien.
Inta.
What color do you want to be?
Plij.
Plij. Okay, so you're a little red alien.
Inta.
Okay, so your character is a little red alien. You have to remember that. Okay?
Okay.
Wawa chama tzuk plij. Say sase.
Sase.
Chama.
Chama plij.
Chama tzuk.
Chama tzuk plij.
Wawablana.
Hawa.
How wablan? You're not brave?
Inta.
Oh, you want to be brave? Okay. Wablanas. Wasman riblana.
Inta.
Wasman riblanas. Wasman khajabs.
Hawa. Wasman shalash.
Wasman shala. Sasa khajabs. Hama shala.
Sasa khajabs.
Wawa khajabs.
Inta.
Sasa khajabs.
Hawa. Ad. Shalash.
Sasa shalash. Arpej. Sasa blana.
Inta.
Sasa blanas. Shalom yitzar sit.
Shalom yitzad wasmanch.
What yitzar sit?
Sasita Madinj.
وويتسر
Medinj.
ميدينش. Eric.
Sit.
ووخت.
Sir Eric.
وهو أراش ويتسر بج أو وهو تيرميناتر وهو الروبوت والست.
Sir Sit Raketa.
وهو راكيتاش انت راكيتر يغاوة.
Raketa Yahawar. Yes.
يغاوة the rockets exploding.
And
وهو ين حمتسك.
Sir Sit
وين حمتسك.
Yin.
وينش. Okay, وينش. وست خدا بشفة. What color are you? ست خدا بشفة. What color are you?
Blue.
Blue. شوانتا.
Shwanta.
شوانتا. عالم يتسر ست.
Shalom Yitzer Westmanch.
عالم يتسر وسمانش. بج. سيتسر ست.
Sit your Jantesh.
سيتسر جانتيش. ويتسر ست.
Yitzer Sir Sir Raketa.
وويتسر وهو راكيتاش. أربج. أوا ويتسر ست. سيتسر جانتيش. أخد جبزر يتسر. أخد جبزم يتسر. مدينش. ويتسر ست. What's your name?
Sir Sit Eric.
ويتسر إيريكش. وبسو. Thank you, Eric. Ahmed.
Sit Janti.
What's it called? What kind of writer are you?
Soccer.
Okay. خنشطة. ضجت أنص وتشاكوا تسرقوش.
Saruash.
Famous.
Oh, okay.
تسرقوا. So let's break that down. I'm going to create a little notes page here. So, you have a question? Okay, so Sarakwa means famous, right? Who recognizes this word?
Name.
Name. Or we add it's a grammatical thing I'm not going to get into. When we add itwa to the end of anything, it means too much. So how do we say hot?
Quaba.
Quaba. So how do we say too hot?
Quabawa.
Quabatwa. How do we say small? Ola. How do we say small?
So
how would we say too small? Sakukwa. How do we say big, Amana?
I forgot the word for it.
Yin.
Yin.
Think of it like this. If you want to remember, think of the yin yang. Think of the yin yang and imagine that the good part is trying to be bigger. Okay. So yin is big. Maydeen, how would we say too big?
I think I'm gonna butcher this, but yin shwiad.
Yinitwa.
Yin. Can you say it again?
Yinitwa.
Yinitwa.
So when we say someone is famous, they have too much name. Sarukwa. Okay. Concept is clear? All right. So, Ahmed.
Sit Janti.
What's Sarukwas?
Inta.
Sarukwa. terminator تصرقة.
انت اريد تروش.
أريد تصرقوش انت بز. ووبلانا.
زاغرة.
زاغرة. what تصرقوش.
اساس تروش. Yes.
واسمان ري تخاقوة.
صرقم.
خون. Yeah, maybe. خون. صرقم. Okay, it's acceptable answer. Our wasman terminator.
حوا واسمان ترميناتر.
Our terminator comes it. تواسمان روبوت.
حوا واسمان روباتكم.
How ست واسمان.
واسمان سؤالش.
سؤالم يتصر ست.
سؤالم يتصر واسمانش.
وو يتصر ست.
سيتصر احمدش.
سري يتصر احمد.
حوا ويتصر جانتيش.
بج. سست رقوة.
وريو تصرقوش.
جانتي تصرقوة حمراء. ترميناتر تصرقوة حمراء طوري. بج يقول بج. نور.
سجانتي.
وين بجوغم يتصر ست.
سينبجوغ يتسر برزج.
نجاش. بجوي وين بجوغ.
سخويمة سينبجوغا.
وخويمة وين بجوغ. خنشطة. برزج ترميناتر.
حوا برزج تخاقوش.
برزج تخاقوش. ست خودة تخاقوة. What kind of writer?
مش أرقى.
جت أنوش تخاقوة ولي. He's a rich writer. Okay. راشي أحمد تخاقوة تروش. برزج تخاقوة ست خودة مي.
It just flew from my head.
Kole.
Okay,
kole. So let's talk about kole. Let me put this for you guys. Whoops. Okay. Noor, what's this word all by itself?
Gua.
What does gua mean?
Heart.
It has two meanings. It means heart. It could also mean wagon or cart, but right now it means heart. It means heart. Who knows? Albert might know. Ahmed might know. Berzaj might know. Who knows what the word le means? Anybody know? It means extra. It means extra. I have an extra ticket. We can also say tsale, nickname, extra. Okay. So when we say gule, Noor, what does that mean? What do those two pieces mean?
Extra hearty.
Extra heart. So if you have an extra heart, you're rich.
I like that.
Who knows what the opposite of gwele? It's going to sound like a bad word, but it's not a bad word. But who knows what the opposite? Who knows how to say poor?
Tamishka.
Tamishka means like it is poor, but not in a monetary sense. It's like, oh, this poor soul. Look at this poor lost child, right? So tamishka, and actually tamishka means without God.
Yeah.
Tamishka, right? God has forsaken him, right? It's not exactly what it means, but that's the way you can think about it. So poor means like.
I think I know how to say it, but I think the way that I say it is going to sound really stupid though, because I don't have the Circassian accent.
Say it.
Wait, no. Hold on. Fakra.
So Kule means rich. Fakra means poor.
Is that Arabic?
Is it? Does it come from Arabic?
I mean, yeah, if poor, like if you want to say a poor girl, it's faqira. So
Faqira, probably from Arabic. There you go.
Yeah.
In my house, whenever we say like whenever I'm talking to my son, like, you want to make some money? Oh yeah, qule mule sashatin squish. Qule mule. It's like fancy schmancy. Qule mule. Mule doesn't mean anything, just like schmancy doesn't mean anything, but we add it to make it funny. Okay, so no, berzej, what khaqwa qulish. Okay, so that's your character. All right. Zanshawa.
Sit, Janti.
What was it?
Sasa shumish kwalanch.
What was Shomish Kwalench? Shomish Kwalener Sitisha. What does he do? The tiger.
What was it? Wait, hold on. Where is it? Mashaqua.
Mashaqwa. Anta Shomish Kwalener Mashaqwa. Sarisa Shaqwa.
Oh, well, I mean, Terminator, I could see.
Yeah, I hunt Sarah Connors right now. So we could say, yeah, Terminator Mashaqwa. Yeah, okay, yeah. Terminator Mashaqwa. Terminator Mashaqwa. Shomish Kwalener Mashaqwa. Terminator Mashaqwa. Shomish Kwalener Tsuk Hamayin. Hamayin.
Yin.
Yinch. Anta Shomish Kwalener Yinch. Shomish Kwalener Plana.
Nta.
Nta, what does it mean, Blana?
Brave.
Brave, that's right. Terminatori Blana.
Nta.
Nta Terminatori Blanas. Wasman Terminator.
Hawa.
Wasman. Wasman Shalas. Wasman Faqra. Hama Blana.
Osman Blanish.
Wasman Blanas. Nta Pez. Wasman Blanas. Wapso. Aslan.
Sit.
Wawakhat.
Sasi Hajabs.
Wawakhat Jabs. Hajab Suqsh. You're a little girl.
Nta.
Awa Blanas. You're a little brave girl.
Nta.
Okay. Wits Arsit.
Sasitsar Aslan.
Well, wits Araslans. Sari Sitsar Aslan. Sitsar Aslan.
Hawa.
Hawa.
Wawitsar Jantish.
Nta Sasitsar Jantish. Sari Sakhajabs.
Hawa.
Sasakhat.
Terminator.
Sasa Terminators. Sarsablana.
Nta.
Nta Sasablanas. Wari Wablanas. Sasablanas. You also. Wari Wablanas. Wawitsar Wasman.
Osman Shalish.
Wasman Shalas. Shalam
Hawa Sasi Aslan.
Wawa Aslan. Shalam Yitzar Sit.
Osmansh.
Wasmansh Pej. Amana. Sit Witzar.
Wawitsar Amanash.
Wawitzar Amanas. Wa raketa.
Hawa.
Wa Terminator.
Hawa.
Wa Yinij. Anta?
Inta.
Yinij Tsuk. Hama Yinij Yin.
Yinij.
Yinij Yin. Da Pej. Wupso. Haya.
Sit, Janti.
Wawakhat.
Sasi Chala.
Wawas Alas. Wawa Kacha. Hama Blana.
Sa Blanish.
Wawa Blanas. Wawa Tsuk. Hama Yin.
Yin.
Wawa Shala Blana Yin. You're a brave big boy.
Pej.
Pej. Aslanri Shala Blana Yin.
ين
Aslan, Shala, Blana, Yin.
حوا
How a Pej? Aslan, Khajabs, Blana. Arashi, yep. Wa Blana, Aslan, Blana. Awa, Shalas, Awa, Aslan, Khajabs.
خجبس
Nta, Khajabs.
ساسيج آلش
What was Pej. What was Alish? Yiti, what was Alish? That's right. That's the character you chose. Sorry.
yeah
What was Alish? What was Hamayin?
ين
Yeah, Sasat
آلش ين
Sarisat Hamayin.
ولي ين
Sarisayins, Aslan Tok Hamayin.
أصلا تسك
Aslan Toksh, Aslan Mar. Khajabzer Mar. Shazara? Khajabzer Mar. Aslan Wamoch Aslan. Don't cry. Okay. Acha. Asmat.
Okay.
Wawakhat.
Sasa Kafakwa.
Wawakafakwas. Kafakwar Kofa. Wawas ala Kafakwa. Hama Khajabz Kafakwa. Wawa Sala Kafakwa. Hama Khajabz Kafakwa.
Hajab.
Wawa Khajabz Kafakwas. Pez. Sasa Khajabz.
Hawa.
Hawa, Sasa Terminators.
Nta.
Sasa Terminators. Wawa Kafakwas. Sasa Sala Terminator. I'm a boy Terminator. Wawa Khajabz Kafakwas. You're a girl dancer. Wasman Khajabz.
Hawa.
Hawa. Sit Wasman.
Alish.
Pej. Wasman Shalash. Shalem Yitzar Sit. Shalem Yitzar Janti.
Hawa.
Shalem Yitzar.
Osmanish.
Shalem Yitzar Wasmanch.
Osmansh.
Wa Witzar. Sit wa Witzar.
Sasit Esmat.
Wa Witzar Asmach. Pej. Whoopso. Okay. Let's take we're going to do a 5 minute, we have like 8 minutes left. We're going to do a 5-minute break. We're going to go into the breakout rooms. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to share this slide with you, this whole slide deck. I'm going to drop this into the chat right now. All right. So you guys can all get into this, and everything that you guys need is on this page. Everything you guys need is on this page. What we're going to do in the breakout rooms, this is the way that we do breakout rooms. I'm going to put 3 of you in a room. 2 of you are going to speak. 1 of you is going to listen. The reason we do this is listening is a skill. So the person who's listening can focus on listening. But also, sometimes you like to meet different people. Sometimes somebody's having a bad day. They're a little tired. So we like to mix it up a little bit. What we're going to do in this exercise is you are going to say as much about the story as you can. So we want to hear something about you, something about the character in the story, and then something about the people in the room with you, in the breakout room. And if you don't remember who they are, you can ask them who they are. Okay. So I'm going to model this. Let's pretend that Ahmed Varokwa and I are in a room and Berzej is with us. Okay. So we will model this for everybody so you can get a sense of what this feels like. So I'll go first. Okay. So I can just say, let's say, in the story, wasmans alas, sasa alaqam, sasa terminators, sasa yins, I'm big, sasa blanas, I'm brave, Terminator masaqwa, the Terminator hunts, Terminator majatlaqam, the Terminator is not hungry, Awa, Robator majatla, the robot is hungry. I remember that. What else? I remember Trakwar Tsirwas. We have a famous writer. I remember Adre, another Trakwa Poles. We have a rich writer. I remember Aslan Khajab Staqsh. Aslan is a little girl. Okay, so that's an example of what I remember. But then say I forget, Ahmed, what was that?
Sasa Trakwas.
Now you tell me stuff that you remember.
Sasa Tsarawash. Sasitzer Ahmed. Mirshalash. Shalam Nitzer Osmansh. Shalar, how do you say brave again?
Blanas.
Shalar Blanash. Shalar Tux. Sasa Yinch. Terminatory Yinch. Yinitwash? How do you say extra big?
You could say extra big Yindidish.
Yindidish. That one I knew, but what about when you said when
Yinitwash, he's too big.
Too big. Yinitwash. Okay, that's what I was trying to say.
Yep.
Terminator Yinitwash.
Okay, that's what you remember. And then we would, now in that example, Berzej was listening, right? Because listening is a skill. Listening is a skill. We have to practice that as well. But obviously, not to chew up so much time, then it would be Berzej's turn. And he could talk to me or he could talk to Ahmed. It doesn't matter. But each of you go as long as you can, okay? You remember the story. The story is not foreign to you. Find the words to link it in your brain to the story. Something about everything that you can think of about yourself, everything you can think of about the boy. The boy is Osman. He's big. He's brave. We know at least 4 things about him. Okay. And then anything that you can remember about the other people in your breakout room. And if you forget, ask them. All the information that you need is on this slide. All right. So I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes. I'm going to bounce around through the breakout rooms. Okay. And you guys have a good time. So let me pause. Welcome back. Welcome back. How did people like the breakout rooms?
It was fun. It was good.
All right. So we have a few new faces here. And I say this all the time in this class. It's okay to be a little uncomfortable. You should always be a little uncomfortable. You should never feel lost. You should never feel overwhelmed, but you should always feel a little uncomfortable. If you don't feel uncomfortable, you're not being challenged. If you don't feel uncomfortable, you're not learning. Okay. And learning does not just mean that we give you new information. Learning means that you feel more comfortable with the information that you have. Okay. So, let's just I always try to do feedback at the end of each class. By the way, the official class is over, so you're free to leave. No one has to say goodbye. No one has to apologize. There's no rudeness in it, right? But I always try to stay after class a little bit to answer any questions and take any feedback. First, let me start with feedback. This is a little tiny different than what we did last semester. So for those of you who are in the experimental class, you'll see that we've kind of tweaked and finalized the way that the slides are built. We've tweaked and finalized the way that we structure the class. I've now completed about 30 hours of TPRS training. So I'm a better teacher. I'll keep getting better as well. And you can see that we've brought back one of the classic hallmarks of TPRS. You are a character in the story. And the goal here is if you always remember, like, who am I? what's my motivation? No, what kind of character am I? What's going on? Then it becomes easier for you to absorb those words because we're putting it into context, right? It's not some abstract thing. It's you and the people you're talking to, right? So just want to do a quick pulse check. Anything in this class that was strange or scary, or anything in this class that stood out as things we should do more of? Anybody?
Thought it was a great class. I was able to retain more information.
I liked the class as well. I thought the pace was good and we were learning a lot too.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else who wants to say things we should avoid in the future, things we should do more of in the future? Is the character thing working for you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Before we get into questions, the one thing that I want to do, I'm going to make a request of you guys. Let me pull it up here. So we opened a Discord channel at the end of last semester. So I want to get more of a community feel to what we're doing here. I'm going to drop this into the chat. What I'm going to ask you guys to do, these classes are free for now. I don't ask a lot of you guys. I'm going to ask one thing of you though. After each class, before you shut off your computer and go have dinner, do what you want to do, I want you to just take a minute, go into the Discord channel, go into the group chat, and just share an aha moment, something that you just spent almost 2 hours with me and with each other. There has to be something that you would say, this is what I remember, your aha moment, your takeaway from the class, okay? It might be, this is easier than I thought. It might be, I remembered more than I thought after a 2-week break. It might be, hey, I didn't know there were Circassians from Syria who live in Canada, right? Whatever it is, just your aha moment, right? Because I'm trying to get us to feel like, hey, we can go here and ask questions and do this and do that. This is a great way to start to build some habits. Okay, so after each class, take a minute and just share your takeaway from this class. That's the only thing I ask of you guys. All right, so that's that. Now, questions, pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar. Anybody have? I think some people ask about colors when we were doing the breakout rooms. You know, things like that. I love questions. This is like my favorite part of the class. But go ahead, Omar.
Yeah, my group, we're trying to figure out how to say ugly in Asian.
Ugly. Oui.
Yeah, now
So, but again, you know, this is what I do, right? I try to give you guys the understanding of how words are structured. Where is it? So let me share with you what ayij actually means, because that'll make it easier for you to remember. So hang on. Ayij. Switching back and forth. Okay, so A in Circassian means terrible. Terrible. Okay, it means terrible. Yij means old. So the old terrible is ayij, which means ugly. By the way, right, I think she logged off, but one of my daughters, she is Yinij, right? Right, so monster, yin means big, right? Ij means old. So a monster is a big old. Yinij.
So old is ij or yij?
Old is ij.
Ij, okay.
Old is a suffix. Well, the word old, we can say old as a word is z. Okay, whoops. Z. Right. So we could say, for example, si computer yizhuas, si computer yizhuas. My computer became old. So old is an adjective, but we can also add z as a suffix to a noun to show that something is old. Okay. Yiniz, monster, old, big. Some of you may have heard the word salez. Salez. Sala means boy. Sala also means young, but we use it mostly for boy. So salez, old boy. British people say this all the time. Old boy, right? Salez. But ayiz, ugly. There's also a naja uja. Naja uja, I think, is also, let me verify that. That's another way to say ugly, but ayiz is more common.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
You guys like double digits on multiple occasions. I don't want to hear anything.
Is somebody asking? Is somebody?
You quit the second time.
Noor, Berzaj, what's your question?
Yeah, my question was, I hear often in Circassian music, I listen to a lot of it. They always say the word muhwa, muhwa, muhwa this, muhwa that. And I was wondering if that has anything to do with like magician. I kind of understand what muhwa means. It's just kind of something to add to the end of things, as in bad or.
So mel is magic. Melwa is magician. Mul is it's not habit. Well, you could, so there's two words for habit. All right. One is pasha and the other is mulwa. So like a bad habit is halmulwa. So the word you're thinking about for habit is mulwa. Right? Mulwa. And the way we say is bad habit is halmulwa.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Any actually hang on a second. No, halmulwa. How is habit mulwa? Mulwa is not going well.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I'm trying to think of in connotations to music I've listened to and try to translate or understand myself, and it was often brought up. So
halmulwa. Mulwa can mean something that's not going well. Halmulwa means bad characteristic. That's how I would translate it.
Okay, good. Yeah, that makes more sense now.
Yep. Anyone else?
I have a question, John T. I thought the word blana sounded familiar to me, and I checked my vocab, and I have it written down as elk or moose. Is that true too? That word can also mean like moose or elk or something?
Yes. Yes. There's also a name, Blan. It could be a name as well.
Okay.
It's kind of like the word, it's kind of like the name Murad. Murad is a name. I'm sorry. Murat is a name. Murad, which comes from, they both come from Arabic. It means goal or objective, or aslan. It's a lion, but it's also a man's name. Yeah, Albert.
A little earlier, as far as what is your name? What's your name? Sitwitsa is what we've been saying. Can you also say Sitwawitsa?
Yes, you can say Chatwitsar, Chatwawitsar,
Sitwawitsar,
Sitwawitsar, Witsar Sit.
Okay.
All these are acceptable.
Grazie.
De nada. Okay. Anything else, guys? Last call. All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys very much. I will see you on Wednesday.
Hope so.
So was